Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to Robotics Notes Elite. The end of the previous episode was so shocking that I'm actually recording this on the same day as when I recorded the previous episode. And a lot of things went down in the previous episode. Gun Build 2 is transported over to the hangar for continued testing, as we can't use the location that we were using over at the TNSC somewhere there. Because they're getting ready for that whole rocket launch deal in a month. Yeah, a month from now. That's all their preparation time, which is a little weird. After that, Kaito decided, all right, let's search the island for that 7th and final Kimijima Report. And I guess we were being followed the entire time, maybe? Just kind of surprising there that Mizuka would be doing that, but she was. She followed us north, and then she followed us back south. Because I went to a few locations, and now we're here. This is where we got the 7th report, but we have been halted by Mizuka. And we had a little different scene in the previous episode at the very end, and I thought, oh, why are we having this? You know, this seems like it's just breaking up the momentum that's going on here with this craziness. And yeah, now I know why. Something happened at the end of the previous episode. And, yeah, Subaru might be dead. I don't think they would kill him. We've already killed off Irie, kind of. Let's not kill off an actual human living character here, please. Please, game. All right, what's going on Twitter? I'm worried. I compliment June a lot. You'd know if you were here. The wind is strong today. S-kun, June, and Fraubau changed. Everyone showed up for testing. We are united. Kai, you're the only one who hasn't changed. It's cold. I want to go home. I'm going to cough out blood from all the excitement about Tanegashima x Yakushima. That's just more of Frau's weird shit. Where did Irie go? She's not even calling back. I can't pick up the proteins that I ordered with an IOU. Nothing on C and D, but no, we found her. She's right here. Oh, hey. I guess we never got that. Anything else here that we can scan? Because I scanned the little shrine over there, or the gate. Or I guess that specifically. I didn't scan the gate, but that's where the 7th report was. Okay, let's continue on. I really hope Subaru's okay. I have no idea what's happening in that whole situation. And I have no idea what's to come of this situation. The sound of waves resounds faintly from below the cliffs. There's nobody else here. The only living people around are me and Mizuka-san. We're glaring at each other. Mizuka-san knows something. The mere minute conversation, or minute, of ours confirmed it all. Mizuka-san said it's a curse. She caught me completely off guard saying that. I try to calm my heart rate, brace myself to run away at a moment's notice, and try making a smile.
呪いってずいぶん非科学的なこと言い出すんだね。水香さんにオカルトの趣味があったなんて初耳だよ。
茶化してんじゃないよ。こっちはマジで言ってんだ。
Whoa, scary. My armpits are already starting to sweat. I'm even more nervous than I thought. Feels like I'm a rabbit getting stared down by a fox. As far as I'm concerned, there are 2 older women in this world I never want to make my enemy. Misane and Mizuka-san. I don't stand a chance against them. I have no idea what she's thinking. I'm incredibly confused. We go way back, and yet I've never seen her make that face before. But if I shut up and do as she says, nothing gets solved. I would never know the truth. I can't back down from this. Now that we're facing each other, I just gotta go for it.
水香さんが君島レポートの1を持ってったのは知ってる。聞かせてほしいんだけど、水香さんは俺の味方なわけ？それとも敵？
Mizuka-san lets out a troubled sigh.
知りたくないことまで知らされるかもしれないんだよ。
What is she talking about?
あんた一人の問題じゃないんだ。10年以上ひた隠しにしてきたことが明るみに出ちまうかもしれない。
隠し事があるんだね、水香さんには。しかもそれは俺や世間に知られちゃまずいことに聞こえる。
ああ、そうだよ。
Mizuka-san doesn't hesitate and speaks clearly.
あんたやアキみたいに純朴に生きられたらどれだけ良かったことか。この世界はあんたらが思ってる以上に醜くて汚い。それでもさ、そんな中で一生懸命生きている人間がいるんだ。分かりな、カイ。手を引くんだ。
水香さん、さっきから抽象的なことしか言ってないよ。それじゃ俺は納得できない。世界規模の大虐殺が起きるかもしれないってのにさ、それと天秤にかけてあえて手を引かせられるほどのカードを持ってるならちゃんと提示してくれないと。
I swallow back my breath. No, I think that was a good play by Kaito. There's a lot at stake, and I think he realizes that, yeah, this is a worldwide scale sort of deal. People are gonna die. Shit, the anime quite literally showed what could happen. There's plans that are supposedly set, or were set to be in motion, but ended up not being in motion, for all of this crazy shit to happen to control humanity. In a way, I guess you could say that humanity is already being controlled, but also to wipe it out. Like the majority, like more than 90% of people sort of deal. We all know the stakes here. So what is so important that doesn't need to be brought back to the light? What is being hidden from her past? And at the same time, we know who. Misane, right? What's going on in the past there? We got a little bit of a glimpse. What's going on? I was really forcing myself to play tough just... No, that was good. I liked it. I liked it. Your move, Mizuka-san. Quite frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if she whipped out a gun and shot me in the forehead right now. That's how intense her aura feels to me. Say something, Mizuka-san. I can't endure this silence. Nothing in KB prepared me for this kind of tension.
水香さんってもしかして300人委員会か旅ストック研究所の人？違うの？
It looks like she didn't understand my question. She looks confused. She doesn't appear to be acting.
俺を殺しに来たんじゃないわけ？
カイよ、私が？何バカなこと言ってんだい。
じゃあ
あんたは宝探しのつもりかもしれないけど、それによって古傷をえぐられる人間もいるって話さ。さっきからそう言ってんだろ？
Our conversation isn't lining up, yeah. So this is really, I think from her perspective, what went on with her and Misaki back in the past. Nothing that is really concerning all of this crazy shit that we've been learning from the Kimijima reports necessarily. Listening to her, it sounds like
誰かをかばってるみたいに聞こえるけど。
our precious Misane. I get the feeling the wounds she's talking about aren't her own.
誰をかばってるわけ？
それをあんたには教えたくないから、こうして止めてるんだろ。
つまり俺も知ってる誰かってことになるね。俺と水香さん共通の知り合いとなると随分絞られてくるけど。
Mizuka-san clicks her tongue in response.
カイ、これ以上はあんたと話したくない。いいから言うこと聞きな。
それは俺に対しての頼み。言うこと聞かせたいならまず俺と勝負して勝つことだね。
My attempt at challenging her also serves as a means with which to push myself forward. Don't get scared. If you back down, it's over.
もちろん勝負の内容はキルバラ。俺の土俵に上がってきてもらう。それとも例のゲロマズパッションフルーツマンを1個食べれば水香さんの持ってる情報を洗いざらい話してくれるわけ？
いい加減にしな。ガキの遊びじゃないんだよ。
それはこっちも同じだ。
I falter a bit from the immense pressure coming off of Mizuka-san as I frantically respond to her words.
水香さんが全部話してくれるならそっちの要求に乗ってもいいけどさ。
だからカイには話したくないって。
Ah, fuck. Unexpectedly, far too suddenly, a melody begins to play out in the tranquil little park. The sound quality is very low.
何さこの音。
カゴメカゴメ。
It's playing from both of our Pokecoms. It's happening again. This isn't the first time. An indiscriminate transmission. forcibly sent to everyone's Pokecoms in a specific area, and regardless of your ringtone settings, it always plays the Kagome Kagome melody upon arrival. If you answer the call, you're greeted with a fax-like transmission sound and a strangely high frequency. The Kimijima Reports warned of this Kagome Kagome melody, but nowhere was it written who was sending it, nor the intentions of the sender. Is this Mizuka-san's doing? But she looks just as confused as I am. No, she's not technologically advanced. She doesn't like any of this shit. She's not even geotagged. No, I don't think she's our enemy. Not at all. But I think her objective here is quite different than what I was originally thinking. There's more going on, but at the same time less. She takes out her Pokecom and looks at the monitor like she's seen a ghost.
誰からの電話かわかる?
I shake my head. If Mizuka-san doesn't know, was it sheer coincidence that it rang at this time?
ゲジネ
I call out to Sister Centipede.
はい、ヤシオさん。
このカゴメカゴメの発信先を特定できない？
不可能です。ゲジネーの能力は通信傍受ではなく、特定のキーワードを検索して、無差別にそれに関連する情報を収集することであり。
Damn it, useless. Wait, what does it say there? Hold on, let me bring up my fucking Pokecom game. Oh, it just says hidden. I give up on trying to go through Sister Centipede, just as I'm thinking of what to do next.
誰?
Mizuka-san answers the call. A painful noise comes out of her Pokecom. Despite standing a ways away, it's loud enough for me to hear it clearly.
この音は
水香さん、電話切って!
It's so unpleasant that I instantly cover my ears with both hands. She cuts the call and the sound stops. Silence returns to the area. Feeling relieved, I sit down on a nearby bench and catch my breath.
何だったんだ?
Ignoring me, Mizuka-san turns away and starts walking slowly but awkwardly. The park at Cape Katakura is on top of a cliff. There's waist-height fencing, and beyond that is the cliff. Ah, fuck. She's heading toward the fencing. Don't tell me she's trying to run.
水香さん、まだこっちの話は終わってないんだけど。
It's like was that like a sort of brainwashing or some shit? It's sort of seeming like it. Mizuka-san doesn't even attempt to answer me. For some reason, she's hitting her hug and twisting her waist around, yet she keeps walking toward the fencing. Oh no, that's not brainwashing. That's her hug malfunctioning.
なんだこれなんで急に
She's acting strange.
どうしたの？
カイ悪いけどさ手貸してくんない？なんかこいつ具合が悪いみたいなんで。
I immediately recognize what she's referring to. Then I realize Mizuka-san's forehead is covered in sweat. She's smiling, but her face is incredibly strained. Like she's doing her best to put on a brave face, even though she looked so calm and collected before.
どうしたんだよ？
止まらないんだ。
止まらない？
I don't immediately understand what she's saying.
もしかして俺を担いでる？
The fencing doesn't cover the entire cliff. In fact, there are gaps all over. Yeah, we can see that. If she keeps going, she's going to walk through one of those gaps and take a dive right off the cliff. I don't think this is a joke. Mizuka-san suddenly bends her waist and plants her hands down like she's walking on all fours. I can hardly believe what I'm seeing. Despite planting her hands firmly on the ground, her legs keep moving forward.
なんだよこれ。
She pitches forward to the point where she could fall over, yet she still doesn't stop moving. It's like her legs have a mind of their own. Her legs.
水香さん、捕まって！
I finally snap to my senses, run over to her, and grab her arms. Mizuka-san grabs onto my body.
カイ離すなよ。
She's pulling on me with an absurd amount of force. I try to brace my legs, but I'm still getting dragged along.
まさか暴走？
That's right. Hugs going berserk. It was a hot topic last year. Is this the cause? This fucking weird-ass noise that comes through the Pokecoms? Does that line up when those tweets were coming out? Misane and her superiors held media conferences and everything. People who were wearing rampaging hugs often looked like they were dancing, leading it to being dubbed the hug dance by people online. According to a witness testimony, it almost looked like the hug was deliberately rebelling against its master. The person being dragged along looked like a dancing puppet. The same thing's happening here.
ハグの電源切って。
やってるけどダメなんだよ。
The hug has immense strength. Well, yeah, it's supposed to, like, you know, help you walk and all that shit. Even the two of us together can't stop it. Despite its primary role being medical assistance, it's far stronger than any human. I have my feet firmly planted, yet I still can't stop it from taking step after step toward the cliff. In that case,
倒すよ。
I judo sweep Mizuka-san's legs near the Achilles tendon and forcibly knock her down.
これなら大丈夫でしょう。
We better be careful here because, like, that... Weren't there cases of the hugs, like, basically twisting the body in ways that it shouldn't be twisted? Mizuka-san's soaked in sweat. Her breathing is incredibly heavy. She was likely using all her strength to fight against her rampaging hug.
助かったよ。カイ。まず外しまおう。
Mid-speech, Mizuka-san's body defies gravity and suddenly springs back up. Despite being on top of her, the force is enough to send me flying. There's no way that just happened. This is impossible. With only the strength of her legs, she flung me off despite me weighing over 50 kilograms and stood back upright. Sprung up is literally the only way to describe what had happened. Normally when you get up off the ground, you support your body with your hands, but that's not what she did. Therefore, yeah, that is the body twisting that shouldn't be happening. Mizuka-san has gone limp. Her body is bent backward in the shape of a bow. She's coughing up blood. This is bad. This is really, really bad. I hurry to my feet and latch onto Mizuka-san.
しっかり。
Mizuka-san's eyes are vacant. I was right up next to her when she got up, and I heard what sounded like bones snapping. She may have broken her spine. Well, there goes the breathing. And that's probably why she's coughing up blood.
どうすれば緊急停止とかできないの？
Mizuka-san's legs continue moving directly for the cliff. This is unreal. It's like some third-rate horror film from half a century ago. What's crazy is that, yeah, it activated after that call, but it's the legs, the hug. It knows exactly where the danger is, where to fucking kill her. Unless that's just a coincidence. I can't believe this is actually happening. It's like the hug is trying to kill Mizuka-san. This thing isn't just on a rampage, it's out to kill. I can sense killing intent from this goddamn thing. If not, there's no way it can move like this. It understands the terrain and is intentionally trying to squeeze through a gap so it can drop her off the cliff. But what can I do? How can I save her from this? I lower my body and crouch all the way down to brace my legs, but I just get dragged along like it's nothing.
なんとかこのハグを外す方法。
I tried detaching the hug band, securing it to Mizuka-san's legs. I just have to get the buckles off, but Mizuka-san keeps moving, and I'm panicking too hard. I can't undo them. Ah, shit. What's that noise? My left leg suddenly loses its power. We're already at the edge of the cliff. My left leg is hanging in mid-air. Mizuka-san is barely standing on the edge with my right foot planted right behind her. If she takes one more step, we're both gonna fall. No, it ain't. Her voice weak, Mizuka-san says something unbelievable.
話せるわけないだろう。そんなことしたら死んじゃうじゃないか。
やろう。
She shoves her elbow in my face.
このままだとカイも道連れだろ。あんたを巻き込めるかよ。
そうだ、ミサ姉に電話を。
Is there really enough time for that?
これは罰なのかもね。
何の話だよ。
結局さ、私は見て見ぬふりをすることしかできなかった。それが正しかったのかどうか今もわかんない。
Yeah, probably not. She elbows me hard in the jaw. The impact makes my vision go white for a moment as all the strength leaves my body. Staggered, I'm given a firm thrust to the chest.
水か。
As I fall into my back, I still try to reach out for her, but
なあ、カイ。知らないままでいる方がさ、幸せなこともあるだろう。
yeah, that is true. She's gonna fucking die right now, isn't she? My hand doesn't reach her.
だから、私が見たことは墓場まで持っていく。これが私なりの友情なのかもね。
Mizuka-san is smiling. The edges of her mouth are stained red with blood. And with the cliff directly in front of her, she turns her head to look back at me. Despite the intense pain she's going through, she manages to force herself to smile.
もしミサに会うことがあったら、こいつをプレゼントしてくれてありがとうって伝えといて。
It makes no sense. This is too much.
こいつのおかげで私はさ。
As Mizuka-san smiles, one leg is already taking a step forward off the cliff.
この2年事故前とほとんど変わらない生活遅れたから。
Despite not wanting to die, she takes a step forward toward her death.
だからさ、
She steps into the empty air.
ありがとうって。
And then, Mizuka-san's body disappears from my line of sight.
嘘でしょ。
Well, this is the science adventure series that we all know. Fucking tragedy is finally coming upon us.
ああ、水香さん、水香さん。
In two different ways, Mizuka here and possibly Subaru back over at the hangar. Holy fucking shit. I call out to her, but there's no reply. Panicked, I crawl out to the edge of the cliff and look down, only to be met with the image of Mizuka-san lying face down on the rocks below. She's dead. Mizuka-san is dead. Despite the despair overwhelming me, I whip out my Pokecom and call for an ambulance.
君島レポートナンバー7のダウンロードが完了しました。
Oh, great. How can she act like nothing just happened? I pray as I call for an ambulance. Quick, please come quick. Please, someone save Mizuka-san. My heart feels like it's being squeezed tightly, like someone's crushing it with their bare hands, like I'm about to have an attack. It goes without saying why. I bite my lip and wait for the call to connect. Just hold on, Kaito. Hold it off just a bit longer. I'm riding along with Mizuka-san in the ambulance. How many times have I wished to myself that this wasn't real? Inside of this cramped ambulance, no matter where I try to look, I see the emergency responders doing their work. Mizuka-san hit her head hard, and there's blood gushing out of her forehead. The hug has been removed, but her legs are bent in unnatural directions. Well, she wasn't using them anyways. Well, I guess she was. I mean, her legs looked fine from the outside, but it's all about what's on the inside, I suppose, and that's where the hug came in handy. You know, until now. The emergency responders keep calling out to her, but she barely responds. And I ended up having an attack, so my body was too numb to even cry out, yet everything still hurt. By the time we reach the hospital, the sun is long gone. The responders quickly take her out of the vehicle and head to the ER ward with some nurses. I'm left all alone. Is it okay for me to go with them? They're probably going to start, I'm not pronouncing that, resuscitation, though. I know what they mean. They're going to try to get her heart going again. And likely emergency surgery after that. I'd probably just get kicked out if I followed along. I ask myself how I can be so calm right now as I head for the lobby. I need to contact Mizuka-san's parents and Michi. My head hung low, I stagger into the lobby. It's past medical exam hours, so nobody oh, we're gonna come across our friends here, aren't we?
Kai?
Fuck, dude. Oh my god, Kaito's gonna get hit with the biggest fucking bit of whiplash here. Someone calls to me and I sluggishly raise my head. The lights are off, making the lobby incredibly dim. I can see 3 figures sitting on the sofa. Despite the lighting, I can tell that they're all girls. 2 of them are wearing their school uniforms. And they're huddled up in the dark. One stands up and looks at me. I immediately recognize them once I inch closer. Akiho and Frau are on the sofa, and sandwiched between them is Juna, covering her face.
なんでみんなここに
I still haven't told anyone about Mizuka-san's accident.
今までどこ行ってたのよ。連絡したのにちっとも繋がらないんだもん。バカ。
Akiho's voice is all choked up. She grabs me by the hand and pulls me far away from the others.
何があったのアキちゃん
スバルがテスト中に事故で。
Subaru was caught in an accident.
何それどういうこと
Well, we know what happened, but what was the outcome? Are you telling me that today of all days, Subaru got into an accident and ended up here too? Akiho starts crying, so I grab her by the shoulders and shake her lightly.
答えろどうしたんだ事故ってどういうことだ
風で眼蓄痛が転倒してスバルがその下敷きに。
You're kidding.
大丈夫なの
命に別状はないって。
そうよかった
But for him to be that fucking injured, Jesus Christ. What the fuck did we see in the beginning of the game? Because I'm feeling a little lied to. That or things are just much different than I remember. Because I haven't seen that scene from the very, very beginning of the game. Well, since we quite literally started. And we didn't know all the characters back then. So I can't remember shit. But I've been going off the pretense that, yeah, everything's going to be fine in the end. There's probably going to be a wicked-ass story to get there, but... like, in the end, we've got Big Robot that we can control and everything worked out, right? Right? That relief alone nearly makes me sink to the floor.
でも足がかなりひどい骨折で、それでジュンがすごく責任感じてて、自分のせいだって。
Yeah, time to bring up that trauma.
うちもう見てられなくて。
If it fell over during testing, that means Juna was operating it. And then of all times, it fell on someone. Both of those things must be really hard on Juna.
あのさ本当に単なる事故だったと思う本当に純ちゃんの操縦ミスそれとも風のせいそれ以外の要因っていう可能性は
それ以外ってどういう
Yeah, this is insanely coincidental for these things to all be happening. Like, I think it was stupidity on their part, but I don't know. I mean, that win was pretty crazy. But what I feel is not coincidental was that Kogame shit that happened. That happened at such a specific time, as if somebody was listening in, and they did that shit knowing that Mizuka-san will probably pick up her phone or her Pokécom, and then her hug would do what it just did, to silence her almost.
カゴメは流れた
カゴメ
そうポケゴンから流れたはず
うん流れたけどでもそれは事故が起きた後だよ
事故の後
The mysterious transmission of Kogame and the sound that accompanies it when you answer, I believe them to be a warning system of some kind. There's no doubt that the call was what caused Mizuka-san's hug to go haywire, so I consider that maybe Model 2 falling over had something to do with the Committee of 300. I strike my cheeks. None of that means a damn thing right now. There are other things that we need to focus on. Much more important things that we need to be thinking about.
カイねえ、カイはスバルのことを聞いてここに来たの？カイに何度電話しても繋がらなかったから。
I press my forehead against the wall in the hallway. I let out another deep sigh. This day is too much.
ね
スバルのご両親がもうすぐ来るはず。殴られるの覚悟しなきゃね。
え、そういうのは俺が代わりに引き受けるよ。
でも部長はうちだし。
ミッチーは
今病院の先生と話してる。
そう。
I need to tell Michi about Mizuka-san. When we return to the lobby, Michi just happens to exit the examination room.
おう、ヤシオ、来たか。
ミッチー、スバルの様子は？
あ、
He's apparently already been filled in on the details of the accident. Juna's red, swollen eyes cling to Michi. He takes her gaze, and with a stern expression on his face, he sighs lightly.
足の怪我な、かなりひどいみたいだ。命に別状はない。これは間違いないんだが、もしかしたら後遺症が残るかもしれん。
Does that mean he won't recover?
それ、一体どういう？
I'd say let's give him a hug, but no, I don't think that's a smart idea.
もう二度とまともに歩けなくなる可能性があるってことだ。
Well, time to use the ye old rusty and trusty wheelchair. Okay, maybe not a rusty one.
そんな。
After hearing Michi's words, Juna covers her face and breaks down into tears again.
私のせいです。私のせいで。ジュンのせいじゃないよ。
Frau starts rubbing Juna's back in a comforting way. Still, Juna's sobbing doesn't stop.
日高の両親はまだか。
まだ来てない。
そうか。
A heavy silence settles over us. It's then that Michi kneels down on the ground.
お前ら、すまなかった。
ミッチー。
今回のことは先生の監督不行き届きであり、すべて先生の責任だ。
I think a lot of people are going to blame themselves for a variety of different things here. Juna for, I guess being the operator at the time. Akiho will probably blame herself for being president. Frau will probably come up with something. Maybe one of them will blame themselves for telling Subaru, like, hey, back away from that shit. You are way too goddamn close to it. Michi's going to blame himself because, well, he was not there. And I wouldn't be surprised if Kaito blamed himself for also not being there. Because he is the operator. He put them in a position where, yeah, they were one man down.
どんな責めも先生が被るつもりではいる。だがな、そうだとしても、ロボ部のことは守れんかもしれん。もしかすると、万博の出展も。
Nobody can say anything. It's hard watching Michi like this. Imagining how the Robotics Club could be devastated in the upcoming storm is an incredibly depressing feeling. Akiho's dream of going to the expo feels like a lit candle in the wind.
謝るのはうちの方だよ、ミッチー。迷惑かけてごめんなさい。気が緩んでた。もっと安全管理をちゃんとすべきだった。
I lend Michi a hand and help him stand.
ミッチー、実は別件でもう一つ話が。
別件？どういうことだ？
I jerk my chin to indicate that we should go elsewhere. We distance ourselves a bit from Akiho and the others.
単刀直入に言うけど、 水香さんが崖から落ちた。
それは日高の事故に巻き込まれたのか？
I shake my head.
全く別。門倉岬でたまたま一緒でさ。
無事なのか？おい、まさか。
もしかしたらさ。
Is it really okay to say it? Isn't there still some hope? I don't know, but seeing what went on inside the ambulance has left me hopeless. The memory of what happened replays in my mind. The smile Mizuka-san wore in the end is like a knife twisting in my chest. Before I realize it, my eyes are filled with tears.
助からないかもしれない。
And then, Michi staggers. He looks dumbfounded as he falls to one knee and holds his forehead. It's clear how much of a shock this is for him.
でもまだそうと決まったわけじゃ。
Michi stands back up. As far as I can tell, he seems calm. That's unexpected. I thought he'd panic or ask if I'm messing with him. That's the kind of guy I figured him for.
一体何があった？
ハグが急に暴走。
暴走？去年ニュースになってたやつか？
俺水香さんのこと助けられなかった。目の前で落ちてったんだ。必死に止めようとしたんだけどダメで。
But what's also crazy is that she held on to some deep, dark secret. Not even her own, or like one that deeply affects her, I guess you could say, but affects her friend. She was holding on to something that is directly related to Misaki. Like something that, if that was found out about Misaki, that would be like world-changing, or at the very least life-changing for multiple people, but something so big that she was willing to go to the grave with it. And she accepted that this was the way. This was the way to go about it. And she actually pushed Kaito away. I don't think he would have been able to save her, but god damn it, she prevented any way of like accepting help there. And she accepted death. Michi wraps his arm around my shoulders and then taps me on the head a couple times.
よく教えてくれた。ありがとうな。イレーなら大丈夫だろう。学生の頃のバイクでやった事故だってな。普通だったら死んでたらしいんだ。でもあいつは生きてた。そういうタフな女なんだよ。俺、豆知識ない。とにかく、お前だけでも無事でよかったよ。
I know he's trying to be the strong one here to make us feel better, you know? But that's what adults do. They don't want to seem vulnerable in front of those that are, you know, deeply hurt and blaming themselves even. Stop it, Michi. Stop acting like such an actual good teacher for once. I've been trying so hard to keep myself together, but now I'm a mess. I just want to break down and cry like a little kid.
イレーの親には連絡したか？
I wipe my tears and shake my head. Michi nods in response.
連絡は俺がしておく。お前も少し座って休め。
Michi then leaves me behind. He walks outside by himself. It looked like his shoulders were trembling. I hope from the bottom of my heart that Mizuka-san survives, for Michi's sake too. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Who are we following now? Akiho. On the 27th, it's been a couple days. Jeez, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm gonna split this recording session into, well, 2 sessions. This episode into 2 sessions. I just really wanted to see what was gonna happen. And wow. Were my expectations blown away? I mean, there's no way I could have expected what could happen there. Future Michael will take it from here. And I'll just, I guess I go to sleep with, just wondering, like, what happens next. Jesus fucking Christ. Alrighty, back to it. Outside the window, the rain continues to gently fall. Just looking at the droplets makes me feel like I'm going to burst into tears. It's been 2 days since the accident. Third years don't have to come to school today, but I was called here by the vice principal. I'm apparently going in for an interview. I follow Michi, classes in session, leaving the hallways empty and barren. Michi is acting like everything is completely normal. After spending the entirety of yesterday in my room crying, my face is kind of swollen. I'm still incredibly sad.
失礼します。
Michi knocks on the door to my classroom. Needless to say, there are no students inside, just 4 adults lying in wait. One of them is the vice principal. I expected that, she's the one who called me after all, and I feel like a couple of the others here are going to be Subaru's parents. But I'm surprised by the other 3 faces. Oh, never mind. There are 2 people from JAXA, Dad and Nai-san. Oh, the 3rd person is Mr. Candy. So, not Subaru's parents. Interesting. They're all people who lent a helping hand to the Robotics Club.
瀬宮さん、そこにお座りなさい。
I do as I'm told. In front of me is the VP, to the left of her is Nai-san, and to the right is Mr. Candy. Dad sits to my left, and Michi sits to my right.
事故のことは聞きました。担当直入に言いますが、ロボット研究部は今日をもって廃部となります。
いきなりですか？教頭、生徒に相談もなくそれはさすがに一方的かと。
ミッチー、いいの？
日高昴君のお父様が大変お怒りなのです。
Well, yeah.
わかりますね。
はい。
I'm obviously not okay with this, but there's nothing I can say in response to her. I feel like my head's about to drop even lower. No, I can't be like this. I focus, straighten up my back, and look the VP straight in the eyes. This is my responsibility as the club president. I need to accept what happens to us.
JAXA さんとの提携については、長深田先生から報告を受けています。ですが、ロボット研究部が廃部になる以上、申し訳ありませんが、これ以上のご協力はいただけません。
はあ、分かっています。
私どもとしましても、今回の事故で安全管理を子供たちだけに任せてしまったと強く反省しています。支援業務についてもこれ以上は継続できないと上から言われました。
当然、万博への出展も取りやめです。スペースアメ車さんもそれで問題ありませんね。
残念じゃが仕方ないの。
ロボット研究部で製作したロボットは業者にお願いして全て解体します。いいですね。いいですね。
はい。
Wow. Wow. Like, I get it. I mean, yeah, a lot of it isn't really... I mean, it's a weird situation. You want to argue that it's their work, therefore it's their property, but also this is a school club. Once they graduate, all of this quite literally gets moved to the next group of students that join the club or carry on the club or whatever until, you know, it's disbanded. Therefore, it's not their property. The school does have a say here, which feels really wrong, but it is what it is when you look at it that way. There's a sharp pain deep in my chest. I tightly clench my hands, resting on my knees. There will be nothing left. It'll be like none of it ever existed. But even if I said no, nothing would change. I don't have the right to object. We did something that can't be undone.
瀬宮さん。
The vice principal glares at me, a fierce expression on her face.
卒業したらきちんとした学校へ行ってきちんと勉強なさい。そしてもっと技術を身につけてから改めて技術者としてロボットを作ればいいのです。あなたたちは背伸びをしすぎたんですよ。でも時間はたっぷりあるのですから何も焦ることなどありません。わかりましたね。
はい。
Everything she said was right. I can't find any words to respond with. In fact, all I can do is nod my head. I hate to side with her, like, truly, Oh, fuck. God damn it. Mizuka-san is dead. Shit. Okay, well. What was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah, that's right. I hate to side with the vice principal, but she makes a very good point. I don't agree with how she really wanted to get the club shut down in the beginning of the game, but she has seen that, yeah, these students have pulled off some amazing things. For her to say that, yeah, you're going to possibly become an engineer means that she has acknowledged Akiho's abilities. Or at least that's how I'm going to observe that and or accept that. And I don't know. I mean, it's, again, a lot of this is really fucking painful. There is a lot going on in such a short span that, in a way, it kind of makes me miss the slow drag that like 90% of this game has been. Mizuka-san's funeral goes by about as solemnly as one might expect. Akiho and I are the only ones from the Robotics Club who showed up. After everything that happened, in the end, the doctors did everything they could to save her, but it was just too late. Michi spent the entire service staring at a photo of Mizuka-san. He wasn't crying, nor did he appear to be in pain. All he did was vacantly stare. Even the silly characters, you know, they're still human. They're still characters, and they still got a lot going on. I think that's actually what makes Michi such a character, a great character. I know that we've been shitting on him, especially I have, this entire game, but we've seen some glimpses of the connections that he has to Mizuka and obviously Misaki in the past, and it does show that he's got a lot going on too. I cannot access the Pokecom, but after the funeral, Michi said that he wanted to talk with us for a bit. While he wore a tough face, we were certain that he was hurting on the inside, so we decided to go with him. Along the way, he stopped to buy an extremely expensive bottle of awamori from the liquor store. I personally don't know what that is, but it was only a month ago that I was surfing on this very beach. Man, Mizuka-san was a total Spartan back when she was coaching me. Michi stands on the beach and gazes out at the waves breaking and receding on the shore for a while. His expression is the same one he wore while staring at Mizuka-san's photo during the service.
先生がお前らと同じ年の頃な、イレイがサーフィンやってるのをよくこうして見に来てたんだよ。ヤシオみたいにロボ部をサボってな。
ミッチーってアキちゃんよりダメ部長だったんじゃない？
よく言われたさ。イレイにもな。
ミッチーは水か姉のこと好きだったの？
どうだかな、一度も告らなかったしよ。つまるところ恋愛感情はなかったのかもしれねえ。
Yeah, but like still a very deep connection with someone. Like a lot of my friends, I feel deeply for them. I want to make sure that they're happy. I want to make sure they continue to be happy. And I want to make sure that they're achieving the goals that they have set in their lives. But it doesn't have to be romantic. Friendship can go really, really far. And I'm sure that's what Michi had here with Mizuka. Just a very solid fucking bond. Sure, they didn't always talk, but the way that Michi would try to, check up on her, there were a few scenes throughout the game where they did kind of, hang out a little bit and keep in touch. And obviously, most recently, right before, I think the end of the year, I remember, yeah, we got a little bit of a flashback from Mizuka, and Michi was there in the store with her. So there were moments, but even I didn't really feel like there was anything romantic. They were just, a solid bond.
あいつ怖い女だったしな。
That is true.
セノミヤからな、弔電が届いてたってよ。あ、ここで言うのは姉の方な。
うん。
イレイのご両親も複雑だって言ってたよ。セノミヤがイレイの一番の親友だったってのはご両親も知ってる。でもよ、あのハグをプレゼントしたのはセノミヤなんだよな。やりきれないだろうよ。ご両親もセノミヤもよ。
Then Michi looks at me.
なあ、イレイは最後何か言ってたか？言ってたなら先生にも教えてくれよ。知っときたいんだ。
Should I? Should I tell him that she was hiding something? That she was trying to stop me from collecting the Kimijima reports? I can't tell him that.
ミサ姉にありがとうって伝えてくれって。ハグのこと感謝してるからって恨まないってそう言ってた。
そうか。先生とイレイとセノミヤの中じゃな、イレイが一番年上ぶってやがってよ。いつだってどっしり構えて先生やセノミヤをすぐ叱りつけてきやがったもんさ。先生は何かと反論したんだけどな、最終的には手が出てきてよ。まったくひどい暴力女だった。で、あっさり屈服さ。その点セノミヤはうまくやってたな。むしろイレイに怒られて嬉しそうだったよ。変態なのかもしれねえ。
お姉ちゃんは変態なんかじゃないよ。
冗談だよ冗談。だが当時神童とまで呼ばれてたセノミヤを叱れるやつなんて教師の中にすらいなかったからよ。イレイはそういう意味でも一目置かれてた。もう高校卒業してから7年近くになるのか。
Michi suddenly removes the cork on the bottle of awamori.
イレイはな、とんでもねえ酒豪だったんだぞ。これ豆知識な。
I thought he was going to start chugging down the bottle himself, but instead he walks up to the edge of the water and starts pouring the bottle into the sea, pouring one out for her. This is his way of offering his condolences. It's a very, not common thing, but people do this. That's why you always hear the term, pour one out for the homies or whatever. Like, this is it. It is an actual way of, like, showing respect or, your condolences or whatever. I guess in this case, because she was quite the drinker. When I think about Mizuka-san, my chest still throbs with pain. She was right in front of my eyes, but I couldn't save her. What am I supposed to do anymore? There's also the thing that she said at the end. What was she hiding that we'd be better off not knowing? I have no idea if it's wise to dig it up anymore. Michi leaves after telling us that he still had to help with the funeral service. Oh, we can actually access the Pokecom. Nothing on A. An unacceptable accident happened during my daughter's club meet. Accidents are accidents. No ill will was involved. However, I'm very disappointed since this could have been prevented if an adult was supervising. Sorry if it seems like I wasn't supervising properly. I apologize that we couldn't continue to support you well enough. If you're feeling bad, you should go talk to someone. It doesn't have to be me if you don't want. At least it wasn't your fault. Hug going out of control. 20-year-old woman dies from falling in Tanegashima. Hug again? Nothing is fixed even after half a year. Can EXCO be shut down already? Still working on the case won't cut it. While fighting for responsibility, more people died. It's not even a joke. They have to recall Hug like Reach. RI is showing sincerity, but EXCO is no good. They are just being cocky, showing their true face. I heard that they are working on military things too. They had a clean image making helpful support machines, but they were totally different. Just end the trial and make them pay. Nothing will settle by calling Exoskeleton the bad guy. I think waiting for the trial is the right way to go. There is a chance that user is wrong. Sold over 3 million units and only about 100 cases of accidents and only 5 to 6 major accidents. Just looking at the numbers, I would agree if they told me it was the user. Hug users are mainly the elderly. That is the major key, but not in this case. Not in this one. No. We actually saw this one, up front, truly personal. And, well, we've seen this. Yeah, we've seen how it is. It was like a trigger. I don't think there's actually anything else to grab out of the geotags here. I just remember that one whenever we were searching for the Kimijima reports. Is it actually possible? Can we open this? Can we open this right now? Is that possible? This is the first time that we're actually able to freely use our Pokecom while we're out and about. And, yeah, Yeah, I don't know. Can we actually open it? If we open it, it probably distributes it, right? All right. I'll keep that in the back of my mind. Akiho and I decide to swing by Subaru's house. Akiho wanted this. She needs to go to his dad and make things right. When she told me her intentions, I didn't try to stop her. We didn't get to see him at the hospital, so we haven't actually seen Subaru since the accident. From what I understand, his dad told the nurses not to let the Robotics Club or anyone related see his son. It's only natural for him to be that angry. Subaru may be permanently injured because we forced him to join the club. Subaru's injury is a what fracture? I'm sorry, I don't know these things. They're still considering what surgery to do. Whether he'll be able to walk, do any sports, or any exercise at all depends on the surgery and rehab. After having the giant Model 2 fall on him, the doctor said he was lucky to get away with just a broken leg. Not that that's any consolation. However, the reason we're visiting is simple. Akiho is in charge of apologizing. I'm in charge of getting hit, and that's all. My role in this sucks, and even Akiho tried her best to convince me not to come. But I can't risk him laying a hand on her. Though I highly doubt that Subaru's dad would do something like that to a young lady. I think he would. I do think that he would actually do that shit. But I'm still here as her shield, just in case. Anyway, we park our scooters at the Otatsu Mitatsu Rocks lot near his house and get ready to charge in when... What up, Juna?
June?
We encounter Juna crying and slowly trudging away from the direction of Subaru's house. She's alone. We sit her down on a nearby bench to try and calm her down.
純ちゃんさ、こんなところにいるってことは、もしかしてスバルくんの実家行っちゃったわけ？
うん。スバルのお父さんに会ったの？だって私のせいだから、とにかく謝らなきゃって思って償うためなら何でもするって土下座して、なのにね、日高くんのお父さんこう言ったんだよ。あんたのせいじゃないのは分かってるって分かってはいるが、もう息子と関わらないでくれってそう言って追い返されちゃったの。
That is unexpected. I thought he would be more angry. I mean, we saw the man punch his son with our own eyes. That image is so strong that I just kind of figured that he was a violent guy.
まだ殴られた方がよかった。日高くんのお父さんすごく寂しそうだったんだもん。あんな顔されたら謝ることもできなくなっちゃうよ。
Something that I was thinking about is that, yeah, he's probably very pissed, but he also is feeling a whole bunch of other emotions that are kind of mixing in here. So a look of loneliness may be understandable, because he has been lied to again. His son, his only son, kept secrets from him again, even after everything that went down the last time. So he probably feels utterly betrayed, and at the same time, he almost lost him, straight up.
私のせいっていうのは何も変わらないのに、日高くんのお父さんに許してもらったって、私は私のこと許せないのに、私いつだってチューブラリンだよ。
I feel so bad for Juna.
ジュン、落ち着いて。あの時の事故を見てたから言うけど、あれはジュンのせいじゃない。本当に風のせいで不可抗力だったの。ね。だからそんなに思い詰めないで。無理だよ。
Juna slaps Akiho's hand away. She doesn't even try to wipe the tears covering her face.
ごめんね、アキホちゃん、ヤシオくん。私、もうみんなとは関わらないから、全部私のせいだから。 みんなは何にも悪くないから、私一人がロボ部をやめればそれで。
Oh, well, you don't have to quit.
それ無意味だよ、純ちゃん。ロボ部はもうなくなったから。
そう。
Damn, there's some wicked fucking thunder going on outside. Jesus Christ. Ah, crap. I shouldn't have said that.
バカ。今ここで言うことじゃないでしょ。
Well, she's got to know eventually. She's exactly right. I've made a huge mistake.
私のせい。
Oh, fuck. Okay. No, I understand.
私
I
のせい
understand
で。
now.
アキホちゃんの夢も万博出場もロボ部の歴史も全部ダメになっちゃったんだ。私が操縦なんてしなければ。
いや、純ちゃん、落ち着いて。
ごめん、私は。
Once again, large tears start falling from Juna's eyes.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。ジュン。
As Juna wails, Akiho reaches her arms around her and hugs her tightly. But neither me nor Akiho have any words to offer her. In the end, no matter what we say, they're just words. We should leave Juna be until she calms down. We can talk to her again later. As for Subaru's father, we probably shouldn't try to see him anymore. Yeah, I feel like that would just complicate some things even more. We accompanied Juna back to her house. Well, hold on. Anything new on Twitter? Nope. We accompanied Juna back to her house. I just said that. Afterward, Akiho and I head home, the sky already stained with the color of the sunset.
カイ、じゃあまた明日ね。
Akiho smiles weakly and waves at me before heading into her house.
アキちゃん。
She stops and turns around, tilting her head in confusion.
どうしたの？
アキちゃんは大丈夫？
No.
うん。
No.
うち
You
よ
liar.
りカイの方がきついでしょ。カイもちゃんと休んでね。
Yeah, nobody's doing well right now.
この先どうするわけ？
The Robotics Club is gone, and we've lost our funding from JAXA and Space Candy. After working so hard on Model 2, it's gonna be disassembled. Same for the currently sealed away failure, Model 1. Subaru is injured, and with Juna in her current state, neither of them will be recovering anytime soon. All the effort we put in toward next month's expo was for naught. But I know for a fact that Akiho would do anything for her dream.
わかんない。
I bite my lip hard in response to Akiho's answer. I want to say something, but no matter what I say, I would just be forcing my own thoughts on her. This is something that Akiho needs to decide for herself.
じゃあアキちゃん、また明日。
また明日。
Akiho stares right at me. I pull away from her gaze and start up my scooter. Unable to bring myself to go home, I end up here. Okay, but anything new on Twitter? I just have to check, just in case. The VAB is visible in the distance. At this hour, it's lit up. Actually, yeah, is there something that we can actually, see here besides that? I mean, we've seen all this. I think it kind of resets the geotags. Like every time that we go into these new phases, or whenever we have to like reload in, and skip forward, or whenever we did the phase 9 start or whatever. Doesn't look like there's anything new here. I haven't seen those lights in a long time. They're currently assembling a rocket for the first time in years. That should have me excited. It should, but I just don't feel that way at all right now. In fact, I'm pretty depressed. Or I'm feeling pretty depressed. I didn't come here with any particular goal in mind. I don't even have the energy to play Kill Ballad. But we've got a call. As I gaze absent-mindedly at the TNSC, my Pokecom begins to ring. It's Frau. We haven't really spoken at all since the incident, now that I think of it.
電話つないで。
どうも、
コナちゃんは大丈夫？
オートバランサー調整中。
まだ続ける気なんだ。
That is unexpected. Out of all the Robotics Club members, she had the least enthusiasm for the project. Well, other than me.
スカスカ頑張れるが倒れたのは私のプログラムが未熟だったからでもあるし。だからここ何日かで得たデータフィードバックしてオートバランサー改良してる。
無駄だよ。ロボ部は廃部になった。ロボも解体される。もう頑張らなくてもいいんだ。
おう、そういうことはもっと早く言ってほしかったわけだが。
I mean, you should have assumed. She's right, but I've been too busy to think about that.
それはそれとして大事な話がある。
何？
そこ他に人いない？盗聴器とかない？
公園の展望台の上だよ。
じゃあいいか。スカスカ頑張れるの事故は単なる事故だけど、それよりも気になるのはイレイ氏の事故の方。
Well, yeah, that wasn't an accident. That shit, something happened there. There's no way that's a coincidence. The only coincidence here is that these two incidents occurred on the same day around the same time. But, that Kogame playing. Come on now.
ハグの暴走は偶然だと思う。
No. I had the same thought.
暴走は300人委員会と旅ストック研究所の警告とかそういうのじゃね。もともとエグスケ社のハグ暴走事件はいろいろネット上とかでも怪しい噂がたくさん流れてて。
I mean, if we were to shout out or tell Frau right now, I'm going to distribute report number 7 or open report number 7 and distribute all the reports. Is something else going to happen? If so, then yes, that means that we are being listened in on. The committee or Tavistock or whoever the fuck is actually listening in and making sure that that doesn't happen.
著名人が暴走事故に巻き込まれて死んでる率の高さが異常。どっかの大手企業の偉い人とか財界の大物とか政治家とかだから事故に見せかけた恋の陰謀なんじゃないかって話が。それを踏まえるとそのイレイ氏の事故も実は裏で誰かが。
それ以上言うな。
I take a deep breath in an attempt to calm myself down.
いや、悪いね。さすがにさ、知り合いが亡くなった直後にそういうこと言われるの気分悪いっていうか。でも確かにコナちゃんの言うことは俺も考えたよ。まさにあの時俺と水香さんは君島レポートの話をしてたわけだし。
ガチで？
I give Frau a simple rundown of what transpired that day. Musica-san was opposed to me collecting the reports. She told me I needed to stop. She said that I would learn something I didn't need to know. What was Musica-san trying to hide? I still don't know for sure. I could probably put things together if I really tried, but at the end of the day, it's nothing but a guess. I don't know the truth.
それタイミング良すぎってレベルじゃねえぞ。ちょっとシャレにならんと思われ。君島レポートって最後の7つ目は拡散キーとかだったっけ？もう拡散したん？
まだ。
On the day that Musica-san died, Kimijima Report number 7 was downloaded into my Pokecom. I haven't touched it since, but I wanted to just a little bit ago.
早くしろ。どうなっても知らんぞ。
でもさ、本当にいいのかって悩まない。
The last few days have been a blur to me. What with Subaru's accident and Musica-san, I still haven't come up with an answer about what to do with the Kimijima reports.
水香さんの件で俺ますます混乱してきたっていうか、あの人は俺にレポートを探すなって忠告してきた。隠したいことがあるみたいだった。知らない方がいいって言ってた。でもそれって立場的には300人委員会側ってことでしょ。だったらなんでその水香さんが死ななきゃいけない。死ぬべきは俺だったはずだ。
I would prefer not to think about it, but if Musica-san was one of them, they could have just killed me. I don't think she was. I think she was wanting things hidden for a different reason, and things are different from what we've been diving into. Honestly, it's like two different things going on here. This whole like past stuff with Mizuka and Misaki, and then everything that Kaito has been learning about. If that accident was part of their plan, I see no reason why Mizuka-san would have to die.
何にせよ、ヤシオ先輩は今かなりまずい立場にいる気がする。
You don't say.
俺が
君島レポートの内容全部知ってるのって多分世界でヤシオ先輩だけだと思われ、しかもそれを拡散する方法まで手にしてる。今この瞬間にスナイパーにヘッドショットされてもおかしくないレベル。
Yeah, honestly, this is a very scary situation all of a sudden.
今すぐ全部放り出して守りに徹するべきでしょ、上皇。これは中二病とかじゃなくてガチで、どこに死角が潜んでるかわからんわな。君島こうだって死んだ。頑張れるのアニメのスタッフも多分私のママも。
I mean, there quite literally could be somebody walking up to us right now, ready to kill us,
ヤシオ先輩に
while we're, so focused on this call.
欲しくない。
In a rare display for Frau, she stares straight at me through the screen, pleading with me. She usually can't make eye contact.
300人委員会から逃げるために一度どこかに潜伏した方がよくね。
Well, time to go over to Kimijima Ko's house. Maybe we can make it a little bit more livable.
先輩。
There's a pretty cool basement there.
そういうわけにもいかないんだよな。
でもロボ部もうないって。
ブーはね。
お前は何を言っているんだ。
I still haven't heard from Akiho about what she plans on doing. That's why I can't give my final answer just yet.
ちなみにさ、コナちゃんって東京に戻るつもりはあるわけ？
なんでそんなこと聞くん？まさか同棲希望ぬですか？それなんてエロゲ。
同棲ってわけじゃないけど、東京に家があるなら万博の期間中泊めてもらうのも手だなって。
なんだと？万博まだ出るつもりとか、ちょっと何言ってるかわかんないです。
可能性の話さ。
付き合いきれんわけだが、もっと深刻に受け止めるべき。死んでもいいの？
よくはないけど。
She's right. Considering everything that's happened, there'd be nothing strange about me getting iced. With that in mind, I can't afford to be questioning myself like this.
コナちゃん、忠告ありがとう。それじゃあ切るよ。
Nice. After hanging up, I start up Iruo. Sister Centipede is quietly standing a short distance away. She's like a stalker, but that's not her fault. Sister Centipede is currently tied to my Pokecom after all.
ゲジネ、君島レポートだけど。
はい。どうしますか？
拡散することにした。
Sister Centipede nods her head ever so slightly.
君島レポートのすべての情報を拡散するためには、君島レポートナンバー7を起動してください。それにより、自動的に世界中に点在するイルオの全サーバーへと転送され、ランダムで世界各地に AR アノテーションが作成されます。なお、以後は爆発的に情報が拡散していくことが予想されます。考え直すなら、これが最後のチャンスです。
If I don't do this now, and I end up getting killed by an assassin, and because of that billions of people die, I would deserve far worse than a peaceful death. Kimijima Ko would have died in vain if I failed after he trusted me with this responsibility. Mizuka-san tried to stop me, but I have to do this. On the night that Mizuka-san died, I laid in bed terrified that we'd get hit by a solar storm. This responsibility is too much for me to bear alone, which is why I'm going to shed this burden. I'm gonna let the entire world make the rest of the decisions.
やるよ。
はい。
I tap away at my Pokecom. So this isn't the choice that we get to make. So this is actually something that's gotta happen. But the guide that I was reading said that there is a choice that we have to make in this phase that determines whether or not we get the bad route or continue along. Did I miss something, maybe? Alright, here we go. Hidden Hand. To the citizens of Earth, please heed this warning and brace for the coming conspiracy. This is too much for me alone, which is why I entrust this information to all of you.
できれば俺の身元は割れませんように。
After letting out a small prayer, I close Uro. Oh, now we're with Akiho somewhere? What's going on
秋は
here?
何をやっても平凡止まりなのよ。
Oh, it's the past. That's what Big Sis said to me after she graduated, right when she was leaving the island. She was right. I couldn't be like my big sister. For as long as I can remember, all I could do was chase after her. I'd happily go on and on about how amazing my big sis was while watching her from far away. My older sister and I have always been a weird pair. The two of us never did anything but watch mecha anime, but that's mostly Dad's fault. On days off, the two of us would lock ourselves in Dad's study and watch old anime all day long. On nice days, we'd go out into the yard and roleplay our favorite scenes. We'd use sticks on the ground as beam sabers.
エゴだよ、それは。
地球が持たん時が来ているのだ。
We were like a couple of young
い
boys.
つか一緒にガンバムを作ろうよ、アキ。
ガンバム作れるの？
今は無理だけど、いつか。ガンバムじゃなくてもいい。大きなロボットを。
じゃあうちとお姉ちゃんでロボットを作って、それでね、カイに操縦してもらおうよ。
いい考えね。
Damn, it was always the plan to have Kaito be the pilot.
だったらその時のためにカイを今からしっかり鍛えておかないと。
But
私はもう夢を追えないの。
that's what Big Sis said on the day that the Chuo Tanegashima High Robotics Research Association became a club. It was the first time in my life that I'd heard my older sister sound so weak. Her entire first year in high school, she worked her butt off in order to make her club a reality. So when that day finally came, why did she say something like that? I was just an elementary schooler at the time, but no, even now, I still don't understand how she felt that day. Perhaps it was that, much like me now, a lot of things happened that made her lose hope.
ねえ、アキ。あなたが私の夢を叶えてくれると嬉しい。あなたは私なんかよりよっぽどロボットのこと好きでいるもの。
I still remember the look on her face when she said those words to me. It looked just a little bit lonely. It looked just a little bit sad. And it was on that day that my dream was set in stone. I would fulfill the promise I made with my beloved older sister. That's why I said it.
アキは何をやっても平凡止まりなのよ。
In response to those words,
お姉ちゃんの言う通りだけど、お姉ちゃんの夢はきっとうちが叶えるから。それまで東京で待ってて。
I still think her older sister's fucked up. Fuck Misaki.
じゃあ
Hey, we're awake. I slowly open my eyes. In that moment, a single tear falls from the corner of my eye and runs along my temple. Was I crying? I realize right after that I'm in my room and on my bed. A dream, huh? Still half asleep, I rub my eyes. I slowly sit up. It's been a while since I last dreamt about my sister. Man, I really do have a sister complex. I love her way too much. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm just a hopeless little sister whose feelings for her distant sibling have just gone unrequited, for years. I tightly grip my chest through my pajamas. I feel a heart-rending pain throbbing inside. Robot figurines and plastic models line the nearby shelves. Among them, my gaze is naturally drawn toward one plastic model in particular. The first plastic model I ever got. A 1/100th master grade model red Zaku. Right next to it, stands the Gunboom that Big Sis got.
ねえ、お姉ちゃん、やっぱりうち諦めきれないよ。お姉ちゃんとの約束、果たしたいもん。
Back then, how could I have known that pursuing a dream could be this painful, this sorrowful, and this unforgivable. Why does it have to be like this? Why does nothing ever turn out right for me, excuse me? My emotions come welling up to the surface in a confused mess. I pull my knees close to me and bury my face in them. Aw, man, it's still falling over. God damn. Alright, we'll call it there for this big-ass episode. I, don't really know what to expect going forward anymore. The game kind of has me in that weird position again. It's been a very long time since I've been in that position. I feel like in the beginning of the game, we were kind of in that spot, and now it's like, our goals are shattered. Really, what is there to do now? What can we do? I guess we'll just keep on trudging along. I'm sure we've got quite a bit to go. But wow, what an episode this was. I'm kind of happy that I split it into 2 recording sessions because I wasn't tired, but like, man, this is a lot to take in, and I didn't want to try to take in the second half here, I guess during this long-ass episode here, or I guess it would have been cut shorter. Either way, this episode was crazy, and I'm happy that I recorded it the way I ended up doing so, and I don't know if I'm going to keep up these long episodes going forward. The way I was able to do so with splitting these and taking my time with them was because I recorded in advance after my vacation, and I'm running out of those advanced days. I think this will make like a 3-day advance, and that is cut short from like a week or so. So I'm running out of time. I think we'll be going back to regularly length episodes soon. But I hope you enjoyed this one and all the other long episodes recently. And I hope you just enjoyed this episode in general, because this was a very tragic one. And these tragic ones, they are so much fun to record because my thoughts are just all over the place. I love it. But thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.